If you're over 60, this might sound familiar. You wake up in the morning, and before you've even made it out of bed, you already feel it. That tightness in your fingers, that dull ache in your knees. That slow, stiff way your body moves like it's resisting you. Again, you used to get up and start your day without thinking. Now, brushing your hair or opening a jar can take more effort than you ever imagined. Arthritis has a way of creeping in quietly. Not all at once, but day by day, week by week, until one morning, it's just there, a part of your daily life. And the truth is, it's more common than most people think. Recent research from the Johns Hopkins Arthritis Center shows that about 49% of adults over age 65 are living with arthritis. Almost 1 inch, 2 seniors. But it's not just the numbers that matter, it's the impact. Because arthritis doesn't just affect your joints. It affects your energy, your sleep, your mood. It can keep you from walking the dog, holding your grandchild, or enjoying that simple morning stretch without pain. And here's something many people don't talk about. Most seniors are trying their best. They take their meds. They try to eat healthy. Some even push through daily walks, despite the discomfort. But still, the pain stays. Because underneath it all, inflammation is still there, quietly damaging your joints. Now, I'm not here to promise magic, but I do want to tell you something important. There are gentle, natural ways to support your joints starting right in your kitchen. Over the years, I've seen patients find relief not just through prescriptions, but through small, powerful changes in what they eat. Today, I want to share with you 3 simple smoothies that are more than just tasty. They're packed with natural ingredients that have been shown to reduce inflammation, support mobility, and help you move through your day with less pain. You don't need to be a chef. You don't need fancy powders or expensive supplements. You just need a blender, a few groceries, and an open mind. So if you've been feeling stuck, tired, or frustrated with arthritis, I invite you to stay with me. And if you find this helpful, feel free to subscribe to the Golden Health channel. It's a small way to stay connected and keep learning how to care for your body with kindness, not pressure. Let's take the first step together. Let's talk about one of my favorite smoothies for reducing joint stiffness, the Berry and Spinach Omega-3 Boost. This isn't just a refreshing drink. It's a smart combination of ingredients that work together to ease inflammation, the root cause of most arthritis pain. And the best part? It tastes like something you'd enjoy on a summer afternoon, not like medicine. Berries are the heart of this recipe. Blueberries, raspberries, or strawberries, whichever you prefer, are packed with compounds called anthocyanins. These natural pigments are not just pretty to look at, they're powerful antioxidants. A study published in Advances in Nutrition in 2021 found that anthocyanins help block inflammatory signals in the body, especially cytokines that are known to trigger joint swelling. That means every sip helps your body fight back against the inflammation that's quietly wearing down your joints. Next is spinach. I know, not everyone's excited about greens, but spinach is a quiet healer. It's rich in vitamin K, which supports bone metabolism, and magnesium, which helps relax muscles and ease morning stiffness. Research from Biological Trace Element Research in 2020 confirmed that people with low magnesium levels often show higher markers of inflammation. When your body lacks this mineral, even small joint movements can feel tight and restricted. Adding spinach into a smoothie is one of the easiest ways to get that daily boost without forcing down a salad. Then we have flax or chia seeds. These tiny additions bring in omega-3 fatty acids, specifically ALA, a plant-based version of the healthy fats you find in salmon. Why is that important? Because omega-3 second are well known for their ability to calm the immune system and reduce inflammatory responses. In fact, Frontiers in Nutrition published a 2018 review showing that people who consumed more omega-3 second experienced less joint pain and stiffness in some cases. similar to the relief seen from certain medications. I had a patient not long ago named Harold, 71, former construction worker, tough guy. But arthritis in his knees had started to keep him from doing the simple things he loved, like walking his dog in the evening. We added this smoothie into his daily routine, and after about 3 weeks, he told me the morning stiffness had eased up. His words were, "I don't feel perfect, Doc, but I'm moving better, and I'm not dreading getting out of bed anymore." That's the kind of shift we're aiming for. Not overnight miracles, but small, steady changes that restore quality of life. To make this smoothie, you simply blend your favorite berries, a small handful of spinach, a spoonful of ground flax or chia seeds, and a liquid base like almond or oat milk. Add half a banana if you want a bit more creaminess. The result is smooth, slightly sweet, and packed with nutrients your joints will recognize and use. It may not seem like much, but consistency is key. One smoothie won't fix everything, but drinking this regularly is like showing up for your joints every single day. The more you support them, the more they'll support you. And now, let's move on to another natural healer. One that brings the warmth and spice of ginger, blended with the sweetness of pineapple, to fight inflammation from the inside out. Now let's turn to something that's both refreshing and surprisingly effective. The Ginger and Pineapple Joint Relief Smoothie. At first glance, it sounds like a tropical treat. And it is. But it's also much more than that. This smoothie brings together 2 ingredients that have been studied for their strong anti-inflammatory effects, especially for people living with arthritis. Let's start with ginger. Ginger has been used in traditional medicine for thousands of years, and modern science has caught up to why it works so well. It contains a group of compounds known as gingerols, which act directly on inflammatory pathways inside the body. A randomized controlled trial published in the journal Arthritis and Rheumatology found that patients with osteoarthritis who took a ginger extract twice daily for 6 weeks reported significantly reduced knee pain and improved mobility. Compared to those who took a placebo, that's not just theory, that's measurable relief. When you consume ginger regularly, it doesn't just dull the pain. It targets the underlying inflammation that causes swelling and stiffness. Many patients also find it helps with morning joint tightness, something that can set the tone for the rest of the day. Then we have pineapple. It's sweet, juicy, and rich in an enzyme called bromelain. Bromelain has been studied for its ability to reduce soft tissue swelling, support tissue repair, and even improve joint comfort. One review in Clinical Rheumatology noted that bromelain can reduce symptoms in patients with both osteoarthritis and rheumatoid arthritis, especially when used consistently. Unlike many over-the-counter pain relievers, bromelain is gentle on the stomach and doesn't cause the same long-term risks. What makes this pairing so effective is how these 2 ingredients work in harmony. Ginger calms inflammation at the cellular level. Pineapple supports tissue healing and reduces fluid buildup around the joints. Together, they create a 1-2 punch against pain and stiffness. To make the smoothie more nourishing, I often recommend adding Greek yogurt. It provides protein to support muscle strength, which is especially important for seniors trying to stay active despite joint issues. It also offers probiotics to support gut health, and as we now know, a healthy gut plays a major role in managing systemic inflammation. If you're not a fan of dairy, you can substitute with a plant-based yogurt or even a splash of almond milk. And if you prefer your smoothies colder, using frozen pineapple chunks gives it that thick, creamy texture without needing to dilute it with ice. One of my patients, Eileen, she's 73 and still volunteers at her local library, used to describe her arthritis pain as a low roar that never stops. We added this smoothie to her afternoon routine, not as a replacement for her medication, but as a way to naturally support her joints. Within 3 weeks, she told me, it's like the volume's been turned down. That's the kind of progress we're aiming for, small steps that lead to noticeable changes. The beauty of this smoothie isn't just in what it does, but in how it feels. You're not forcing down another supplement. You're enjoying something delicious, while quietly giving your body the tools it needs to heal. And now that we've visited the tropics, it's time to move on to one of the most powerful anti-inflammatory combinations in nature. A golden blend that combines turmeric, mango, and a clever ingredient most people overlook. You won't want to miss this one. Among all the smoothies I recommend to patients, this one often surprises them the most. It's the turmeric and mango anti-inflammatory smoothie, what I like to call the golden blend. And not just for its color. It earns that title because of what it does for your joints, especially if you're dealing with daily inflammation. Let's start with turmeric. This golden spice has been used for centuries in Ayurvedic and traditional Chinese medicine. And now modern science is backing it up. The active compound in turmeric is called curcumin. It's a powerful antioxidant with strong anti-inflammatory effects. What makes curcumin special is its ability to block NF-κB, a molecule that turns on inflammation inside your cells. In simple terms, turmeric doesn't just cover up the pain, it helps slow down the process that causes the pain in the first place. A study published in the journal Phytotherapy Research found that curcumin supplements were just as effective as ibuprofen in reducing pain in patients with knee osteoarthritis, but without the gastrointestinal side effects. And yes, while this smoothie doesn't contain a pill-level dose of curcumin, adding turmeric into your daily diet in small, consistent ways can still make a meaningful difference. But there's a catch. Curcumin is notoriously hard for the body to absorb on its own. That's where black pepper comes in. Just a tiny pinch of black pepper contains a compound called piperine, which can increase curcumin absorption by up to 2,000%. It's a small trick, but it makes a big difference. That's why I always recommend adding just a bit of black pepper to any turmeric recipe, especially smoothies. Now, let's talk about mango. Aside from giving this smoothie its naturally sweet, creamy taste, mango is loaded with vitamin C, vitamin A, and polyphenols, all of which play a role in reducing oxidative stress and supporting immune function. This matters because oxidative stress tends to go hand in hand with chronic inflammation. When your body is under constant attack from unstable molecules known as free radicals, your joints often bear the burden. The antioxidants in mango help protect your cartilage and connective tissues from this kind of ongoing damage. For extra smoothness, I recommend using almond milk, oat milk, or coconut milk as your liquid base. These options add a creamy texture and contain healthy fats that further help with the absorption of turmeric. And if you want a little more punch, a small slice of fresh ginger can add extra anti-inflammatory power and a warming zing. I remember one patient, Lorraine, 66, recently retired, loved gardening but had nearly stopped because of wrist pain. She told me she was skeptical about turmeric at first. But after incorporating this smoothie into her mornings for just 2 weeks, she noticed she could grip her garden tools with less stiffness. Not perfect, but better. And better is a step in the right direction. This smoothie isn't about dramatic change overnight. It's about building a gentle, consistent habit that works quietly in the background, helping your joints feel looser, calmer, and more supported. And beyond its healing effects, it's just satisfying. It doesn't taste like a chore. It tastes like something you'd enjoy on a warm afternoon, even if you weren't thinking about your health. Next, I'll show you how to bring these smoothies together into a routine that actually sticks even on your busiest days. Because it's not just about knowing what works, it's about making it work for you. Now that you've learned about these powerful smoothie recipes, the real question is, how do you make them part of your daily life? Because let's be honest, knowing what's good for your joints is one thing, but actually doing it every day, through busy mornings, low energy afternoons, or just plain forgetfulness, that's where most people get stuck. Over the years, I've seen a pattern with my patients. The ones who see real progress aren't the ones who try to do everything perfectly. They're the ones who keep things simple and consistent. And that's exactly how I want you to approach these smoothies. Start with 1. Don't feel like you have to rotate all 3 right away. Choose the one that sounds most enjoyable or fits your taste. If you're a berry lover, Go with the berry and spinach omega-3 smoothie. If you're someone who craves warmth and spice, the turmeric and mango blend may be your go-to. Or if you want something tropical and refreshing in the afternoon, ginger and pineapple might hit the spot. Once you've chosen, set yourself up for success. Keep the ingredients in plain sight. For example, portion your frozen fruits and greens into small bags and store them in the freezer. That way, all you have to do is dump, pour, blend, and enjoy. It takes less time than brewing a pot of coffee, and your joints will thank you for it. I recommend picking a consistent time of day. For many, breakfast works best. Starting your morning with something cold, soothing, and anti-inflammatory can help reduce stiffness before it takes hold. Others prefer it in the afternoon as a calming, energy-lifting snack instead of reaching for something sugary. And if you ever miss a day, don't feel guilty. This isn't about being perfect. It's about slowly building a habit that feels good to your body. One of my patients, Tom, he's 70, lives alone, used to say he'd forget to eat breakfast most days. But once he started prepping smoothie bags once a week, it became second nature. Now, even on his busiest mornings, he blends and drinks one in under 5 minutes. He told me, "It's the only thing I never have to think twice about, and my knees love me for it." That's the kind of routine that sticks, because it fits into your life, instead of asking you to change everything. If you like, you can even write the names of the smoothies on sticky notes and place them on your fridge as a reminder. Something visual, something friendly. Little cues that nudge you in the right direction without pressure. And remember, you don't need a fancy blender or expensive ingredients. All of these recipes use whole, everyday foods you can find at your local grocery store. No powders, no pills, just nature's anti-inflammatory toolbox in a glass. What matters most is consistency. These smoothies work best when they become part of your rhythm. Not a trend, not a temporary fix, but a quiet, daily act of self-care. In just a moment, I'll leave you with a few final thoughts, a reminder of why this journey is worth it, and how even the smallest steps can lead to lasting relief. So, there you have it. 3 simple smoothies, made with everyday ingredients, designed to help your joints feel better not someday, but starting today. I know how hard it can be to live with arthritis. The kind of pain that doesn't just come and go, but stays with you, quietly shaping how you move, how you sleep, how you feel about your body and your future. But what I hope you've seen through this video is that small changes really can matter. You don't have to overhaul your life. You don't need to chase the latest cure. You just need a few honest tools like these smoothies and the willingness to care for yourself a little more gently each day. Because this isn't just about joints. It's about quality of life. It's about getting through mornings without dreading the first steps. It's about feeling a little more steady when you get out of a chair. It's about being able to walk through the park or play with your grandchild without thinking twice about the pain. And those things are worth working toward. You deserve to feel better. Not perfect, but better. And if these smoothies help you take one step in that direction, then that's a step worth celebrating. Thank you for being here. Thank you for staying all the way through. I know your time is valuable, and I'm grateful you chose to spend it with me today. If you found this helpful, I invite you to subscribe to the Golden Health channel. It's a gentle way to keep learning and to stay connected with tips and support that truly put your health first. And if you try any of the smoothies we talked about, let me know how it goes in the comments. Your story might be just what someone else needs to hear. Until next time, take care of your body, be kind to your joints, and don't forget that healing doesn't always come in big leaps. Sometimes it comes one sip at a time.